And hello, everyone, and welcome back to Cyrus Webb Presents here on Amazon Live. I'm your host, Cyrus Webb. Glad you all could be with us. We're celebrating a big milestone here on Amazon Live, and I'm so glad you all could join us. First of all, if you guys are new to us on Amazon, welcome. Make sure you guys do hit that follow button. That way you can stay connected with all of our programming here on Amazon 6 days a week. You'll see it either here in this corner or down below. You also will see some of the offerings by our next guest. We're excited to welcome Jed Bernard to our broadcast today. He's an actor and an author of the new children's book you guys can see here. We have it highlighted for you guys in the carousel, Jeddy's Teddy. We're going to talk to Jed not only about that, but you also will see an episode of a series he's a part of called Dying for a Living as well. If you guys are not staying connected with Jed, we will let you guys know how to be able to do that. We're celebrating our 700th episode here on Amazon Live today. And I want to first of all say thank you guys so much for your support over the past 4 years. Really appreciate that. And we are simulcasting our broadcast for social media as well. But Jed, thank you so much for celebrating this milestone with us.
And thank you so much, Cyrus, for bringing me on. And to be number 700 is truly an honor and a privilege. And I am humbled and I'm so grateful to be here. So thank you for bringing me on. Thank you.
It's definitely my pleasure. A lot for us to talk about, Jed, as I mentioned. So our audience kind of gets the best of both worlds from you on the Amazon side. They're able to get, as I mentioned, the episode of Dying for a Living there. They can be able to enjoy that on Amazon, but also get your children's book. We're going to be talking about that. I want to begin by talking about the year that's 2024 for you. I mean, it's been, when I'm able to take the time to reflect, it's been great to kind of think about all that's happened. You're now at this point in the year celebrating this new release with the children's book. What has it been like for you to reflect on the year, Jed?
I tell you, Cyrus, yeah, I'm just over the moon. Actually realizing one of my lifelong goals to have a children's book done, and it's my story. It's a true story with Teddy, with Tommy, Teddy, and myself, and to be able to have this out and for kids to read it and adults to read it to them and to bring them joy is something priceless. You just can't explain how much love and wonderment and joy it gives your soul. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just really happy. 2024 has been a crazy year for me, good and bad, wins and losses, or lessons, I should say. I'm just super happy to have, I'm doing the 3rd episode of Dying for a Living. We're shooting that this weekend as well, which you can see on Amazon shortly. And then you can get my book as well on Amazon too right now. I mean, it's just, I'm beside myself with happiness. Just, a wise man once said, when you limit your mind, you limit yourself. And I believe that was Cyrus Webb. So with that in mind, with that, credo and that mindset, yeah, like you just got to do it, do what you want and do, follow your dreams and get them done. And this 2024 has been that year for me. So.
Yeah. Well, thank you for that. I appreciate you sharing that, and thank you so much for that quote too. Jed, I think when I was prepping for this segment with you, a couple things come to mind. I was so glad I got a chance to read the book, and now to be able to share with our audience my actual expressions in this conversation with you. But also thinking about your journey, I think what you've been able to do as an actor, as a creative, in a very competitive industry that you're in, but also to be able to share great lessons along the way. How does that feel to know that what you've gone through, what you've been through, as you were just sharing, is something that can inspire other people too?
Yeah, well, so I moved to LA 20 years ago, right out of college. And this is my 20th year living in Los Angeles. Wow. And when I first arrived, I had my 1-year plan, my 3-year plan, my 5-year plan. And you realize you have these plans, but sometimes the universe doesn't always allow you to follow them through. You have to adapt. You have to be patient. You have to be forgiving to yourself, and you just got to still have that fire in your belly to keep on going. You need that resilience. For a long time, I thought, okay, well, people are going to help me. I have an agent and manager. I got a team behind me. I'm going to be all right. Well, sometimes you're not always all right when it comes to your career. You have to still be on point with yourself and your ambition and stuff. You need to hustle all the time with all aspects of your life. I've learned that you got to build your own table instead of waiting to be invited to the big boys table when it comes to your career. The Dying for a Living TV show that my friends and I um, created. This was our table that we made. We were like, you know what? Enough waiting around for casting directors or producers to call us to see if we can, audition and maybe get a small role on a TV show or whatnot. No, we're going to do this ourselves. We're going to break the rules. We're going to do it what we want to do, and we're going to shoot it the way we want, and we're going to make it happen on our own, on our own rules. So I was really happy to do that. It took a lot of like self-confidence you needed to have. It was very fearful as well, but you know what? If you love something so much, you're willing to take that leap of faith, so to speak, and get that done. So I feel to tell people, yeah, if you want something so badly, you got to do it. Doesn't matter how much you sacrifice, and it's not really a sacrifice if it's something you want to do. It's part of the journey that you experience in life. So you just got to carpe diem and seize the day and go after it. That's what I see. Yeah.
Yeah, such a great point. I want to give a quick shout out, Jed. We having people coming in on IG. Naheed, my friend there in California, she's joining us there on Instagram. Hello to you. Lachelle Atkins, hello to you. I see you over there on Facebook. Eddie T is joining us from across the pond. He says, watching you, Cyrus, with Jed. I appreciate you watching us, Eddie T. He also says, thank you for building my own table. I love that as well. And Stacy says, building your own table. I like that. I decided to create my own lane, working harder and not waiting to be invited to someone else's lane. And I think too, also, Jed, when I was prepping for this segment for you, and that's part of the nerd in me, I was watching a red carpet interview you did a little over a year ago when Dying for a Living was showing at a film festival, and you were being interviewed about being the lead of that. And one thing you talked about was the speed of that. I mean, basically you guys shooting on a weekend, right at that point, to be able to get that started. Did it feel like something special at that time for you, Jed, when you were first introduced to the project?
100%. Yeah. So the backstory with that was we all worked on a TV show during COVID. I won't say which one, but I was a stand-in and a photo double, and the director guy was also a stand-in and photo double as well. And my co-star guy was a stunt guy and precision driver on this TV show. And when we had the wrap party, they didn't actually have a wrap party, but the three of us all had a wrap party. We were like, you know what? Let's go have dinner and celebrate working on this TV show, and let's maybe think about doing something on with our own, talents and whatnot. So we got together and we said, guess what? My director guy, Darren Manel, was saying, I wrote the script 6 years ago. You guys read it. If you want to do it, it's a short film. Let's do it. So I read it and I'm like, I love this Cristo part. I want to be Cristo. Can we do this next month? He's like, let me make some phone calls. I can probably procure a location. And then by that next month, we were shooting a 20-minute short film that turned into a limited series called Dying for a Living. And I was also, my undergraduate degree is marketing. And so I knew that, okay, we got to get this into film festivals because it was such a unique short film. Which now is a limited series, episodic TV show, and I was like, we gotta let people know about this because this is it's a crazy theme and exciting. It was a thriller. People need to see this. So I wound up submitting us to all the independent film festivals internationally as well, and we won a bunch of awards, which was pretty cool and really like, wow, amazing, because in a big city and having a career that you don't really have anyone say, hey, good job, way to go, attaboy. They don't really do that in this industry, in the film industry. So it's tough to continue, doing something you want without any positive reinforcement. That's when you have to go within and have your positive reinforcement within yourself and set your little goals and get those, realized, and then be able to look back and, take inventory of what needs to be done, what's already done, and how well you've done, how you can improve on everything as well. But yeah, it was just when we were shooting on that weekend, we knew we had something very special, to answer your question. And it was like when there's electricity in the air, when the vibes, when that frequency, when it's just magic. I felt that, to be quite honest, during that weekend when we shot that first episode of Dying for a Living. Yes.
Love that. And definitely that's something our audience can enjoy. We have it highlighted in the carousel for you guys on Amazon. So for those who are just tuning in, welcome. You're watching Cyrus Webb Presents, and we're celebrating our 700th episode here on Amazon. We're doing it with our guest today, Jed Bernard. He's an actor as well as an author, celebrating his new book. You guys can see there. We're going to highlight for you guys on Amazon. There you see Jeddy's Teddy, and he has the real life Tommy that's there with him. So I want to talk about this story for those who are just finding out. We're going to keep it highlighted for you guys on Amazon. If you guys are not joining us on Amazon, you will find a link that will bring you guys over to Amazon to be able to not only watch the episode of Dying for a Living, but also to get your copy of the book. So I love the premise of this book, and we won't spoil that what I think is one of the big things. But I think what is so exciting for me about this book and reading it, Jen, I want to talk to you about it, is about what happens when life doesn't go as planned. And I think that's something that individuals, young and old, can relate to. Was that kind of the spark for you when it came to this book?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. The whole reason behind this book, why I made this, was because also my mom saw Dying for a Living, and she was like, Jed, I hate this. I hate it. So your character. I'm like, Mom, what are you talking about? She goes, you're so mean. You're an assassin. You're a mean guy. You're beating up people. I'm like, Mom, it's just acting. Don't worry. And she said, well, can't you do something different, like comedy or maybe a children's book to show people that you're a nice guy? I'm like, all right, I'll see if I can do comedy next, Mom, but your children's book, that's a great idea. So after she told me I should maybe do a children's book, I started thinking about things. And that weekend before, I cleaned out my closet, my parents' house, and I found Tommy. He was just relaxing in my old closet on one of the shelves, and I remembered, like, oh my God, Tommy! I still got him after all these years. I brought him back down to LA, and I've had him for a couple of years now, and just reminding myself how, as a kid, we don't have a scope of reality. It's our plan. We're the main character in our own movie as kids. So we have these plans in life, but sometimes our parents have other plans for us. And what happens? Kids get mad. They have conniption fits. They get sad and tantrums and whatnot. And that's natural. They're kids. We're human and whatnot. And God, I'm guilty of having those same conniption fits as an adult now too. But I constantly have to remind myself that, hey, you know what? I things don't always go according to plan, and life does give us curveballs. Yeah. So we have to learn. I mean, we all know this as adults. Most of us do, let's hope. But things don't always happen, the way that we want them to, and that's okay. But we have to adapt and still keep positive, outlook on life, because life's too short not to, Yeah. And I wanted to share that concept for parents to share with kids. So kids at an early age now, when they're reading this picture book, be it be, at school or, a bedtime story or what have you, that they can remember, okay, well, my plans, this is not what I want, but okay, I got to make the best out of it. It's going to be all right. No matter what, it's going to be all right. So that's kind of like the tagline for me and for the book. Yeah. With life.
I love that. And there was something special you were telling me earlier. I want you to share with our audience, Jed, about the illustrations and everything with the book. Why don't you tell us about what makes it special?
Oh, yeah. So shout out to Carlos Escudero. He was my illustrator, and Dina from Dina Soul Writing was my editor as well. So I have to do a shout out to them helping me get it all together. But Carlos, my book is 100% man-made. I wrote the story, Dina helped me edit it, and Carlos did the amazing, fantastic illustration. So this was all 100% man-made, not AI, not Chat CPT, any of that stuff. 100% man-made, which I'm really proud of, because there is a lot of stuff out there that is questionable and stuff, and this was made the old-fashioned way by humans. You know what I mean? Right. So I'm proud to represent that as well in my book.
Love that. And let me tell you that the other thing that I think our audience will appreciate about this, and let me just make sure I didn't miss anybody. Queen Bianca, hello to you. I see you over there on IG. Appreciate you being with us. See you guys over there on YouTube as well. If you guys have any questions or comments for Jed, make sure you guys put those in the comment. We can see them on our side as well. But I wanted to also bring out, Jed, the other thing I thought about was the encouragement from Jed's parents to him. And then, of course, even Jed's encouragement with Tommy about, about them being together. And that made me think about having a support system. How have you benefited from that in your life, Jed, having a support system there that you can be able to count on, but also can count on you?
I am so very blessed with having an amazing support system with my family, my parents and siblings, and friends here in LA. A lot of people that live in big cities don't have the luxury of having family nearby, but with the advent of FaceTime and telephones and emails and everything else, we can call up my mom or my dad, and if I'm having a bad day. But I tell you, yeah, having a support system is crucial, in us getting through the good and bad parts of life. We
Right.
need people to celebrate our wins and also be there for us for our L's. And I'm not going to say an L is a loss. No, an L is L for a lesson. I've
Mhm.
learned a lot in my life where I've had, people call them failures. No, they're called lessons. And we have to find the good, find that one thing about that bad experience we've had in life, and be optimistic about it and see, okay, what did I learn from this experience? What did I learn from this so-called failure that most people would call it as? It's a lesson. And you know having a support system, my parents told me, in the past, no matter what, yeah, things are going to be all right. And yeah, things aren't going to go according to plan. You might, you know mess up, and that's okay, but forgive yourself, understand, maintain being a good person to help out others, protect those that are less fortunate than you, and move forward with everything. And by having my support system, that really helped me get over a lot of my my lows in life. And I've had plenty, just like I'm sure we all have,
Right.
you know. So
Yeah. Such a
yeah,
great point. Thank you for sharing that. Suzette, hello to you over there on Facebook. Appreciate you being with us as well. Tracy, hey, Tracy O'Neill Horton, good to see you over there on Facebook. Glad you could be able to join us. So I wanted to ask you this question, not to put any pressure on you, Jed, but when I was reading this book, did you have in mind this was a one and done, or is this something you think would be a series?
when I first wrote it, I thought, let's do that. Let's keep this here. Let it marinate.
Okay.
Let's see the reception with everybody. See if it's good or bad. But yeah, if it's a success, then absolutely, I'm thinking about maybe doing maybe two more. We'll see. But I feel that right now, this is my story, and it's a true story, which is also unique and special. And I got I got Tommy to prove it.
Right.
I feel yeah, I think down the road, I will flirt with the idea of doing a number two and number three, with the adventures of Tommy and Jetty, for sure. Yeah.
Love that. Well,
That
we're
okay.
glad to help spread the word about this one, Jed, and I'm so glad you and I had a chance to talk and to share this milestone with us on the Amazon Live site. Again, everyone, we've been
Yeah.
speaking with Jed Bernard. He is an actor, but also the author of this book, Jetty's Teddy. You guys can be able to get it now here on Amazon, just like I did. Make sure you guys do leave a review. I was telling Jed we have a video review that's going up tomorrow here on the Amazon channel, and we'll be sharing it on social as well. Really enjoyed the book, enjoyed the conversation with you as well. Jed, last thing I want to ask you though, for our audience that want to stay connected with you, how can they best be able to reach you and keep up with all the updates coming up?
Yeah, well, so I primarily use the Instagram, the Instagram. Yeah, so well, I'm so old. No, so you can reach me at Jed_Bernard. I have my picture up there. I have a unique mug, so I think you probably find me in. Not a lot of Jeds out there either. So yeah, so you can find me at Jed_Bernard, Jed like Jedi, and then underscore Bernard like the saint. So that's me. And hit me up there if you want, and follow me, and I'll update everybody with all my acting stuff and book stuff, and where I'll be doing some signings and whatnot, and
Oh, nice.
we'll go from there. Yeah. So
Love it.
thank you.
Love it. Suzette says it's good to have a support system to keep you grounded. Totally agree with that, Suzette. And Stacey says congratulations on your book as well. Just so glad again we had a chance to speak, to have you here on Amazon with us, and looking forward to our next chat together.
Thank you, Cyrus. Thank you so much. Yes. All right.
More
Thank
than
you,
welcome.
everybody.
And
All
we
right.
thank your audience for tuning in to another great segment of Cyrus Webb Presents. Until next time, you all make it a great one. We'll talk to you soon. Take care.